Then altruistic, meeting individuals' need of the team member of student. And the last one is bureaucratic, that tells the administrative style, rules, and discipline. Furthermore, understanding my leadership style will definitely help me in becoming an inclusive leader I always wanted to be. As a teacher, I follow all type of style situationally. At one time, if I use coaching style at the same time, I also use bureaucratic style. Similarly, I follow affiliative and democratic style at the same time in the classroom. However, I want to follow the altruistic leadership style. I feel connected with working those innocent and pure-hearted kids, teaching them various skills and mm, teaching them various skills and engaging them through many activities has become my one of the newfound passion. This feeling of serving others without seeking anything in return is the best feeling I have. Therefore, I want to move on my leadership journey by understanding others and myself so that I can create a special place in the heart of individuals. As USA President John Quincy said, if your action inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. History has proved a great teachers are great leaders. And that's what I want to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shweta. Timer 1 minute of silence for evaluation and feedback. Our last and final speaker is Toastmaster Joseph Stanley. But before I bring him to stage, I want to I want to understand from the evaluator DTM Anita Samantha. Can you please explain the speech objectives?
Yeah, good evening, Toastmaster of the day and fellow Toastmasters. Toastmaster Joseph Stanley is going to present the Project 4 from the Advanced Manual Persuasive Speaking, Addressing the Opposition. The objectives of this project are: prepare a talk on a controversial subject that persuades an audience to accept or at least consider your viewpoint. Construct the speech to appeal to the audience's logic and emotions. Time, 7 to 9 minutes. Timer, please note the time limit is 7 to 9 minutes. 7, 8, and 9, green, amber, red. And after that, there is a 2-minute for question and answer session. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Anita Samantha. Our final speaker is Toastmaster Joseph Stanley. I am at loss of words in bringing him. He is trained in coaching from International Coaching Federation and currently leading high performance safety and leadership program in his organization, which we witnessed in our last meeting. Most recently, he has been certified as a PSYCHK facilitator to reprogram your subconscious mind, the mind which is active most part of your life. About the theme, he said, I'm grateful, he's grateful for the present moments. It's a blessing. So, with the round of applause, can we invite Toastmaster Joseph Stanley for the speech, title of speech, Be Clean, Beat Corona, Be Clean, Beat Corona, Toastmaster Joseph Stanley.
to you.
Joseph, you are on mute. Joseph, you are on mute.
You can see my screen? Give me a thumbs up.
Yes.
Yes.
If you ask a kid, Rajnikant and Modi are the words known to them. And today, it's all about Corona. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening. 2 days back, I happened to listen to the World Health Organization chief addressing a press conference in which he made one statement which really shook me. He said the corona pandemic is accelerating. When it was first found, it took 67 days to reach 100,000. And next 100,000, all it took is 11 days. And the next 100,000, just 4 days. It's spreading so fast. The numbers are facts, but all those numbers are people. People who have aspiration, people who have life. All those people have families, and they are the one are pushed into this situation. We all have the responsibility to make sure this pandemic is being slowed down. The most and the important thing is to pause, is to have a pause at our home, in our streets, in our districts, in our state, and the countries all across the globe, to literally slow down, to make sure that we are not moving so that the spread can slow down. Let me take to what is coronavirus. Coronavirus is now called as COVID-19, which is one of the respiratory illness. In most of the people, the symptom will be mild or moderate, does not create any kind of severe illness. But the challenge is for the old people. The challenge is for the people who have some sickness like cardio issues, or people with respiratory diseases, or with diabetics, or people with cancer. These are the people are put into challenge. So we have a responsibility to take it forward to slow down this pandemic. December 31st, 2019 is the one the world knows that such a virus is there. And if you look at it, today, 25th March, this is the count. Nearly about 375 cases of confirmed cases. This is the report from the WHO. There are certain reports showing much more bigger number. And the confirmed death is 16,000 plus. And it spread across to 196 countries, where on December 31st, it was just one place in China. If you look at this particular slide, you will see it right from New Zealand all the way to USA, from Greenland to Chile or to South Africa. This virus been spread all across the globe. So we as a humanity have a greater responsibility to stop this pandemic. So there's a good news. I would like to share it across to you. It's about 100 years back. A similar pandemic, a global pandemic called Spanish flu, which was there spreading all across the world. I would like to share the story of these two cities in America, Philadelphia and St. Louis. Philadelphia authorities decided nothing to worry about it. We don't need to take any additional measures to control this one. We will find some medicine, or we will go ahead with, as usual, our normal life. So colleges were running, schools were running, people used to go to church, all worship places. There's no any control measures. Whereas the other state, St. Louis, the authorities took it very seriously. They thought we have a responsibility to play. We need to raise the awareness on this pandemic to the people. They start closing down schools, colleges, and asking people not to come out for religious places or any social gathering, so that we will be able to limit the exposure for this particular pandemic. And the result showed in 6 months' time. In Philadelphia, there were 16,000 people died, whereas in St. Louis, it's just 2,000. You should imagine, this is about 100 years ago, where we don't have WhatsApp, where we don't have Facebook. Our medical science is not that developed. It is only on a commitment from the authorities and the commitment from the people to keep themselves to slow down, to pause, and not to venture into any kind of gatherings outside their homes. And they were able to save a lot of people's life. That's what we call the flattening the curve. Why we need to do it? Why we as individual need to do this slowdown? The cities have been designed based on the population for certain medical facilities. Depending upon the country, whether it is a developed or underdeveloping country, with their resources, they would have defined certain hospital capacity. If we are not slowing down, if the pandemic is spread without control, everyone will rush to the hospital for their care. And the medical health support staff won't be able to control it. And eventually, that's what we are seeing in Italy, that's what we are seeing in UK, and as well as in USA. There's so many number of deaths in Spain. It's really alarming today. It's taken the place of the largest death in one particular place, one particular country. So we need to distance ourselves. We need to slow down our activities, not to venture outside our home, so that we can slow down, we can flatten this curve. So I appeal to you, each one of you, to make sure that from today, you will raise the awareness and you will be a role model to make sure that if you have to shop, you will shop it once in a week. And you'll make sure that exposing yourself into an outside environment, stepping into the house, you need to follow all those precautions of cleaning your hands to take it forward. So always be clean, and let's all collectively together beat Corona. I have 2 minutes for questions. I can take 2 questions.
I have unmuted everyone. Is there any questions?
Stanley, when you said when we step out, we need to follow certain precautions.
Can you please enlighten on the precautions, what we have to take care of when we are going out? Do you suggest, is it good idea to take our kids for at least 5 minutes, 10 minutes for a walk? You suggest on that?
I mean, you can take out your kids outside your complex, in the sense like outside your villa, not to the roads. So I would say that to maintain at least a social distancing for the next 2 weeks. Or if at all, if you're going out, you need to make sure. But I would say that not to take your kids out. Just one member of the family gets out to get the basic needs, or if you have to go for your work, go for the work, come back. The first thing you need to do is take a shower and clean yourself, so that you can go and hug your kids. It's your prized possession are your kids, so you need to take care of yourself. Limit your exposure. That's a good thing to be done. That's why the schools have been closed, to make sure the kids are at home.
Thanks, Stanley. Thank you so much.
Stanley, I have one question. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Stanley, as you said, according to the current reports, it's increasing. But there is a confusion. After 4 months, WHO says that it's airborne. But we got to know few months back that it's not airborne. So you have any?
As of now, the WHO website says that what they mean by airborne is when you speak, particles can travel for a distance about 1 to 2 meters. So you need, when you cough, when you sneeze, when you speak, these droplets can reach to the other person. So that's why we say they are recommending is to have a safe distance of more than 1.5 meters, so that what happens is the droplets doesn't reach. So another important thing is, one is this one, and the other one is you need to always make sure that you don't use your hands, touch men, mouth, eyes, and nose. So it will protect you. So that's the latest information which is there in the WHO.
And we have one more question.
I think the time limit is there. Maybe you can ask me offline.
Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joseph Stanley, for that enlightenment on the current epidemic. Timer, can we have a minute of silence for evaluation and feedback? Yeah. Timer, can you please let us know whether all the speakers have been qualified?
Yeah, Speaker Surya Narayanan is qualified. Rajendra Panchpai is qualified. Sweta Shah not qualified. Joseph Stanley qualified.
Okay. So we have 3 speakers. You can poll. And yeah, you can enter the name or send it privately within Toastmaster Surya, Toastmaster Rajendra, and Toastmaster Joseph Stanley.
Yeah, the poll link is already on the screen. You can vote, except for Sweta. Screen. Out of 32 people, only one person has voted. So please ensure that you vote.
They're not able to see the poll.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the poll.
No, there is no option available.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. No, it's not there.
Only for Surya, then it came. I don't know how come.
Maybe because he's co-host or something.
Appreciated it.
Okay, can you please send the results to Sergeant Town? Yeah.
Private message also
Private
not going.
messenger.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to allowing private messages?
It's now allowing?
Imran, a private message is not allowing.
Not allowing, not allowing, not allowing.
I don't know. There is something. There is something technically. I really have no clue. We have to find out why.
Can you recreate a poll?
No, you can send me through the WhatsApp.
No, but
No, private message
send
possibility is there for Kumaran. We can send to Kumaran.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
That's what
please send it to me. That's thank you, Mangai.
It came again. The poll
Yeah,
came
I'm
again.
just trying. Don't worry. If other people can see, please vote.
Yeah, the poll, yeah. No, the poll. How many of you got poll? But I didn't get it.
I didn't get it also.
Yes, correct. Yeah,
It's okay. If you didn't get it, you can send it to me on the private message. Okay, I will note it down. And if you have got the polling, just vote through it. Fantastic. Another 10 seconds more, please. Go ahead.
Surya is always special to our club.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Timer Toastmaster Rajmohan. Dear Toastmasters, I personally feel that this awareness is more important for us. But what can keep always everybody in high feelings is the gratitude emotions. You know, for your health, for your work, for everything that will really elevate your. I even read in a study that gratitude helps you to boost your immune system also. But that doesn't mean that we do gratitude and go out and do the social gatherings. That also means we need to be aware of our thoughts, aware of our surroundings. With this, we finish the first important segment of the meeting. So we conclude. So we will have a 5-minute short break, and then we'll continue the second and the third most important part of the meeting. Timer, please note 5 minutes.
Sure.
For a quick short break. See you guys.
Obaid, can you check now? I'm going to just play a small video. Just is it? Are you able to see that video? Can you just audio? Hear audio. That's most important.
Yeah, Gumra, please play it.
Can you hear the audio?
Yes, yes, yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Surya didn't go to grab something to eat. We are all having coffee here at the office.
I had coffee.
You had a flask.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Anyone is having coffee, tea? Do you want? Tell me, I can serve. Good coffee.
Very smart, Shekhar.
Thanks, Anita. Thanks for your compliment. A pleasure.
I don't know whether I will be able to end the meeting a bit early, on time, because we have so many guests, and I don't know how can I get a feedback from them. Maybe I'm thinking of.
Can I suggest something?
Yeah, tell me, Anita.
You can get the feedback on your private chat.
What I will do is that I will close the meeting on time, and if you wanted to then quit, you can move, but the rest of the people can give their feedbacks, right?
No, you can ask them to give it on private chat, and you can
Why not?
mention a
You
few.
can just quit after the meeting is closed if you don't want it to stay back, right?
But that's not right, Kumaran. Not just for the
We
sake
all have the right to know the feedback, Kumaran.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree
Part
with
of the
you.
meeting.
I agree with you. So then
I
pardon
just want
me
to know,
if
am I
I'm not
audible?
ending the meeting on time. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, you are audible.
I'm audible. It's not echoing, right?
Yeah, it's audible.
It's not echoing. It's
It's
not
okay.
echoing.
It's okay. Time out. How many more minutes left?
Two more. 2 more
Good
minutes.
evening, DTM Nirmala.
Good evening, Nirmala. Good to see you.
Happy Ugadi.
Good evening once again, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome back. We still have 1 minute more, I believe.
Kumaran,
Yes. Yes, sir.
you can take, like DTM Anita has said, you can take feedback on your private, inbox, and some of them, 1 or 2 or 3, you can just sell for the benefit of all. That can also be looked into.
Yeah, that's also good.
Something which you feel, something, worth sharing. 2, 3 at least.
Yeah, sure. As a part of the meeting thing, I will ask from 2 people who volunteer themselves first. Okay, and then I close the meeting, and the rest of the people can give us a casual, if they are really saying.
Fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Time is over.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Wait.
Mute yourself.
Yeah, we have.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms.
Yeah.
I welcome you all once again for the second session of today's meeting. It's the most interesting session of a Toastmasters meeting.
It's called table topic session. First and foremost,
For the benefit of the guests, I just want to tell that it's impromptu speaking. The role will be explained well by the table topics master, who's KP Murli. So when I asked him, like, what does he love to do in his life, he told that about him that he's a civil engineer by profession, 30 years of experience in helping people realize their dream of owning a dream house. He's currently working with NBK Ready Mix as the GM, as a general manager. He has been a Toastmaster since 2012. He has been in Doha since 2014. And let me tell you a secret. He is also a good singer. If you don't believe me, go on his Facebook profile and check how good he sings. When I asked him what is the take on theme of the day, he told he is grateful, first of all, to Almighty for giving him this precious life. It has been enjoyable, though in all these years there are ups and downs. But what is life without challenges? Secondly, he is grateful for his family for standing all along like a solid concrete and helping him tide over his tough phases and reassuring that this too shall pass. With a thunderous round of applause, I would like to invite the table topics master, KP Murali.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible. Can you listen to me clearly?
Yes.
Okay. So table topics is a very interesting segment, actually, wherein you're called upon to deliver, the topic is given to you and you have to think and speak on the spur of the moment. Now, the theme of the meeting is gratitude. And actually, when it comes to table topics, I don't know how many table topics speakers would have gratitude towards the master for giving them a topic, because this is something which most of us dread, going there and speaking on the spur of the moment. But believe me, I've taken some simple topics and it is all connected to the theme of the day, which is gratitude. So these are simple topics you will enjoy. And any volunteers who are willing to take it up, actually? Can I see show of hands or something?
Yes, Murali, Shekhar.
Shekhar, okay.
Yeah, I would like to try.
Okay.
Your background is very good.
Okay, then I have to take out a crooked topic for you, actually, since you are volunteered. Okay. So, Shekhar, the topic for you is gratitude is the wine for the soul, right? Gratitude is the wine for the soul. So go on, get drunk. Gratitude is the wine for the soul. Go on, get drunk.
For the soul, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Gratitude is the wine for the soul. It's absolutely correct. Whatever you do in your life, you have to do with your cheerful. So when I think about wine, I had a good experience with our table topic master currently. First time when I was meeting him, he was telling about the importance of. Sorry guys, I'm blank out. Sorry Murli, I'm not able to continue.
So before you could take the topic, you're intoxicated already. I don't worry. Okay, my second topic. Any other volunteers? I see Chaitanya. I don't see him actually. Chaitanya, do you want to take this up?
He has already raised his
district champion. Chaitanya, topic for you. A grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. A grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. Toastmaster Chaitanya. Chaitanya, are you there?
No, he's left. I think connectivity problem.
Anybody else wants to
left the
take this
meeting
topic?
long time ago.
Anybody else wants to take this topic?
Chaitanya is back.
I think I'll have to repeat the topic. Anybody wants to take this topic? Nirmala, you want to try it out? Yeah, can you unmute DTM Nirmala, please? Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, very clear. Please continue.
Yeah, tell me the topic, please.
A grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. A grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. Toastmaster DTM Nirmala.
Table topic master, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening to all of you.
Good evening.
I am always filled with gratitude for the services and the guidance whoever had given me, like my mentor or my teachers or my parents, whoever it is. And my heart is filled with lot of gratitude. And why I am, have been pulled like a magnetic force towards them is that because of their selfless service towards me. See, they're not sure that whether I'm going to contribute to that much or not, whether I'm going to be a replica of their service or not, but still they had some faith and belief in me, and they had given me some fantastic service, and that pulls me as a magnet towards them, and that gratitude I have in my heart. And that played a major part in my life, and that was a miracle. Should I hear that sound as a time limit or what it is?
It's green first, the 1
Green.
minute.
Okay. Then I will continue. So what I'm trying to say here is that I have lot of gratitude towards my mentor, towards my teacher, and towards my parents, or whosoever had guided me in a proper path in my life. I have lot of gratitude for them, and that gratitude pulls me to them or attracts me like a magnet towards them, and that had done lot of miracle in my life in shaping me in a proper way. Over to the table topic master.
Thank you, DTM Nirmala. That was good. Any other volunteers, please? Chaitanya is there. Actually, he wants to take it. Or any other volunteers who would like to take it?
Any of the guests would be nice from
Yeah,
Karnataka,
please.
from Belgavi.
Any of the guests? Can you unmute any of the guests who's willing? Nobody is there?
Dr. Kamalakar Achrekar.
Dr. Kamlakar, can we unmute him, please? Good evening, Dr. Kamlakar. The topic for
good
you.
evening. Good evening. Tell me. Yeah.
The topic for you is make today so awesome that yesterday gets jealous. Make today so awesome that yesterday gets jealous. Toastmaster Kamlakar.
I always believe that one should always live in the present. Whatever this day, I want to make it awesome, most beautiful. And that gives a breeze to the next day, which again becomes the awesome. I never want to cry over the past, nor fear over the future, but only cheers for the present. And I want to make my present day or the today as beautiful, as awesome as I can. Because by living in the present, I live happily. Because I need not worry about the past. I need not have any fear about the future. And that's what I have been doing all through my life, just to make the today's day is the best day, and I should enjoy it to the fullest extent. I think over to the table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kamlakar. It was a pleasure having you over today, sir. I mean, please do keep on joining us in future as well, actually. Any other volunteers, please? Mamta, can you please unmute Mamta? Mamta, it's very simple topic for you. Can you hear me? Hello. Toastmaster Mamta, can you hear me? Yeah, very clearly. Yeah. Very simple topic. Count your blessings, not your sorrows. Count your blessings, not your sorrows. Toastmaster Mamta.
Table topic master, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening to all of you. Well, I am a strong believer in spirituality and I follow many spiritual leaders, and this is one of my favorite, Count Your Blessings by Maya Angelou. I strictly follow this every day because 5-6 years back I lost my mother and I was really very close to her, and I used to miss her every day. My life actually stopped for a few years when I used to think about her, the time I spent with her, and I started living in my past. So I started recollecting everything what wrong happened with me on those years. But when I got into spirituality, I actually realized that there are so many other things which are good. I still have my father, I have my siblings. Now I have a happy married life. I have 2 beautiful kids. I have a supportive husband. There are many things which I can count on and I was totally ignoring. So I really feel that all of you have many things in your life which are not working right now. But if you actually see, when you sleep, when you go to bed in the night, count what good you had today, what happened to you, which was really amazing. And when you get up in the morning, just thank God for all the blessings you have. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mamta. Timer, do we have time or can I conclude my session, please?
Yeah, we are already running out of the time.
Okay, so I'll conclude
Yeah.
my session. I would like to thank our Toastmaster of the day, first of all, for giving me this opportunity to take up this responsibility, which I always like, but I've taken it after ages actually. I would like to express my gratitude to all the speakers for volunteering to come and speak and give out their thoughts. And lastly, to the ExCom for giving me this opportunity to take up this role. Thank you, and over to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Obaid.
Murli, you can also ask for the timer report and voting.
Yeah.
Time work. All the speakers are qualified. I'll just repeat the order actually. Toastmaster Shekhar Tangaved was the first speaker. The second speaker was the DTM Nirmala. The third speaker, Toastmaster, I forgot.
Kamlakar, yeah. Kamlakar, yeah.
And our fourth speaker is Toastmaster Mamta.
Yeah.
So can we call for voting for all these if they are qualified?
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah, Shekhar Tangaved. Can I would like to give my timer report. Shekhar Tangaved, Toastmaster Shekhar Tangaved not qualified. Toastmaster Nirmala qualified. Dr. Kamlakar qualified. Mamta qualified.
Okay, so can we call for voting for the second, third, and fourth speakers, please? And with this, I hand over control back to Toastmaster Obaid, the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster KP Murli, for that enlightening, interactive, and enriching session. Thank you, timer, Toastmaster Rajmohan. Now, with this, we conclude the second part of a segment of our meeting, and we move on to the third and the most important part, which is called the evaluation session. In every Toastmaster meeting, evaluation plays a very, very important role. So, for that, we have our general evaluator, who's Toastmaster Kumar Natarajan. Kumar is a fun-loving guy. When I asked him what does he work as, he told he works as a financial advisor. And when I asked his take on theme of the day, he told that everything in his life is a blessing. When he counts his blessing, the things what he doesn't have don't matter for him. With this, I would like to give control to our general evaluator, Kumar Natarajan. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Kumar Natarajan with a thunderous round of applause.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Obaid, for the good introduction. And I welcome all ICTM members and the guests once again for this wonderful session. There is always a saying that, like in a Toastmasters meeting, we don't, lift so many things, but we lift the mood of each and every member here by encouraging them and coming and giving them feedbacks that would allow them to move up from wherever they are. This is Kumar Natarajan, and I will be your general evaluator for today. One of the main reasons of evaluation is, to conduct the feedback by the evaluators of each and every speech. And the evaluation is split into three parts. The first one, as I said, is for these prepared speeches. The second one will be from the role players. And the third one will be my feedback on the general meeting, how it had gone through tonight. For the prepared speeches, let us just go with the first prepared speeches. For the first speech, let me, 1 second, let me just getting across with the, I would like to invite Toastmaster Mohammad Hakim to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Surya Narayanan DTM. Toastmaster Hakim, when I asked him about his take on the theme, he said, the word cannot be isolated, gratitude. From our birth to death, we need to show our gratitude. I would always like to show my gratitude to Indian Club Toastmasters, which makes me grow every day. Bravo. Toastmaster Hakim, as I have known him, is a very energetic person, very proactive, very fun-loving, and it would be great to hear from him to evaluate the great speaker, Toastmaster Surya Narayanan. Toastmaster Hakim, the floor is yours, sir.
Audible?
Yep.
Yes. Dear Toastmaster and guest, of course, my target 7-star speaker, Toastmaster Surya. What a wonderful icebreaker speech. Wah. You started with the song Ra Ra Ramaya, which explained all about the life, which is divided into 8 parts. But you made your life into 7 parts. You explained your whole life in 7 parts, like where you born, which date you born, how many members are there in a family, your education, you got educated in 7 different places, and working with 7 different companies, living in 7 different places. Your language is very crystal clear. Even though we are connected throughout the world, your language is crystal clear. Your speech was enthusiastic to other people. Okay, I really like your speech, and I believe all of you like his speeches. Can you give a thunderous round of applause to him? Yeah, of course. There is nothing to, for me to say a negative word for you. Your things, there is no transition, everything. You made it very crystal clear, and I look forward to you for your next speech in the next meeting. Thank you. Over to the evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hakim, for the very crisp evaluation of Toastmaster Surya's speech. Just one thing which I would love to tell over here as a general evaluator is Toastmaster Surya Narayanan is a master craftsman in structuring the speech, and that is very much evident over here today. It is like watching Tendulkar hitting centuries. It is not a very unusual thing, but every time we see him play, we enjoy that, and this is how we do it when Surya comes onto the stage. Thank you, Surya, for the wonderful speech. The way you have structured that 7 number, how it has played a key role, or how it has been very coincidentally happening all through your life. Thank you very much. The next speaker is Toastmaster Rajendra's speech, which will be evaluated by our own superstar of ICTM, Toastmaster Tripti Saha. She is setting another benchmark in the same lines of some of our superstars of ICTM, of having super fast in completing projects. Very difficult to keep pace. There are these 2 ladies. I will talk about the other one in a few minutes. That they are setting fantastic targets for others as to how to, if not to the fullest, at least 10% of what they are doing. On the theme of the day, Tripti came and told me that it is in a very short and crisp way. I am grateful for my belief on goodness, positivity, and optimism. That's fantastic. Toastmaster Tripti Saha, looking forward to your evaluation of Toastmaster Rajendra's speech, please.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Power to look within is unique, and everyone has this quality. The only requirement is to look within and find out about 4 Qs, that is IQ, EQ, SQ, and AQ. Toastmaster Rajendra, very well said. You very well explained about these 4 Qs, their characteristics, and also about how these quotients can be enhanced and used for our betterment. You cited some important studies and researches done in the past. Toastmaster Rajendra, in your first speech of this project, you spoke about these 4 Qs, but in this speech, you very well incorporated the feedback given by your evaluator and connected these 4 Qs with a holistic personality. Well done. Coming on the second aspect, I find it really interesting to learn so many things about 4 Qs. But if I were you, I would have connected these 4 Qs with my personality trait. Toastmaster Rajendra, I felt that if you could tell about your dominant quotient and the strategies that you are adopting to enhance this quotient, as an audience, it would be a great takeaway for me. To sum up, Toastmaster Rajendra, everyone says this. I will also repeat the same thing. You are a natural speaker. You have come up with this mindful and focused topic with cognizance of all these 4 Qs. You gave a strong message where you urged the parents and youth to look into the matter and make a balance to lead a holistic lifestyle. To challenge yourself, try to connect everything with your personal experience and give relevant examples. Looking forward to hear much more better speeches from you. All the best. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Trupti. That is a very good evaluation of Toastmaster Rajendra's speech. Just to add one more thing for Toastmaster Rajendra is that, maybe this is a new media we are conversing, probably getting used to that is one of the critical factors. Probably the first, going forward in the next meetings and all, the first 2 or 3 minutes, it appeared as if that you are reading a news article. Only that probably it is just to getting yourself connected to the audience through a gadget. Probably that is one of the things, but it is just coming with practice. But thank you very much. That was a very good speech. Our next speaker, Toastmaster Sweta Shah. And this is the other superstar whom I was telling, she and her mentee are in a race to challenge the Toastmasters itself. Who will reach the pinnacle at the first probably. Toastmaster Alarmail Mangai, she recently completed a fantastic milestone. Let me welcome Toastmaster Alarmail Mangai to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Sweta Shah. Toastmaster Mangai, she is the past president. She is having a lot of accolades behind her. She is a passionate Toastmaster. She is a past secretary, vice president education, and president of ICTM. And she is an Area 7 director as well. Currently, she is the Division B Gavels Club coordinator and the secretary of ICCA. On the theme, she says that it is the best catalyst of happiness. She read somewhere, very true. No other emotion can do this wonder. Let me welcome Toastmaster Alarmail Mangai to evaluate Toastmaster Sweta Shah's speech, please.
Am I audible?
Yep.
Every teacher is a good leader. And so every leader is a good teacher too. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear target speaker, Toastmaster Sweta Shah in particular. What a subject you brought in today, connecting leadership and teaching. Thanks a lot for bringing us such a wonderful topic in an apt situation. Before adding on to your positives, I really want to convey my sincere gratitude to all the teachers of this world who made this world a better place. Moving on to your speech, you have structured it so well with a nice opening about our late president, Dr. Abdul Kalam, the story everyone knows, the story that could connect with everyone regarding leadership. Well done. And you nicely added your characteristics and your understanding about leadership and that what you want to be as a teacher and leader. Well done. I observed a great amount of calmness despite those technical glitches. If I had been in your place, I would have been literally fumbling, but you didn't do that. That calmness is what is making you a better speaker, getting day by day. And the other, adorable quality today, what I observed is the clarity in your pronunciation and the way you have structured the speech, practiced as well. Moving on to my humble suggestions on how to be a better speaker virtually as well as in the real thing is that before we start up with our speech, it is always better to check with the audience whether we are audible. So initially we had that sort of echo, and then your voice wasn't, that clear. But despite all those things, you managed it well. Hats off. The next suggestion would be, you had some glitches in sharing your PowerPoint also. That we can always make a trial before the meeting. Getting over all these things can be possible only by taking up the role very frequently. Toastmaster Shweta Shah, you are a good teacher, natural leader, and I belong to the society where we consider teachers, we worship teachers than leaders. Wishing you all good luck to unleash your leadership skills and extend it to your followers too. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mangai, for the very crisp and clear evaluation. Just to add what Toastmaster Mangai had told, it's a fantastic presentation, and I very much appreciate the way you had been very clear in your words, and the presentation was very good. But again, it is about when you are talking about using gadgets and new media, it is better to have it practiced earlier. Maybe one suggestion would be to just offline before, or any other speeches, we talk in front of the mirror or something. Maybe one other suggestion would be to practice this as a Zoom meeting with some of our peers or friends, or even between you and your husband, so just to practice that the technical glitch is sorted out. Otherwise, it's a fantastic one. Thank you very much. Our next speaker is two heavyweights. One is Mr. Joseph Stanley. His speech is going to be evaluated by our own Toastmaster Anita Samantha, DTM. No introduction required for DTM Anita Samantha. For the benefit of guests, she is our founding member, and she has been enormous support for Indian Club, and a very perseverance-focused lady. On the gratitude, this is what she is to say. We have to make gratitude part and parcel of our life, like Buddha said. Let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little. And if we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick. And if we got sick, at least we didn't die. So let us all be thankful. Let me welcome Toastmaster Anita Samantha to evaluate Toastmaster Joseph Stanley's speech.
When everyone says, stay in at home, keep Corona out, coronavirus, our champion speaker chose to say, be clean, beat Corona. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and my target speaker, Toastmaster Joseph Stanley. It's a thing that I cannot see your face in person, but still, good evening to all of you. Toastmaster Joseph Stanley had a wonderful topic today. The audience are very much aware of what's happening around us, and it was very much necessary information that he shared with us today. He had a beautiful presentation, a PowerPoint done, and the slide transition was done very smoothly with the information and the text, what was said and what was shown, both were absolutely in sync. That shows how an accomplished speaker he is, not only just when you're speaking in person, but also when you're using techniques and gadgets like our Zoom meeting. Now coming to see how the speaker, this was a persuasive speech, and the specific project here is addressing opposition. Now, Toastmaster Stanley had actually, he had very good, he was able to gauge the audience emotions and logic, and the way he presented it proved that he was very sensitive, I mean, sincere, friendly, and the topic that he chose shows that he had concern not only for the audience, but for the whole world. His voice was very clear. Eye contact becomes immaterial in this particular situation. And the speech was very informative, and the way he put it across was very persuasive, asking everyone to stay in at home. A wonderful speech, well done, but there are a few suggestions which I think can improve the speech, especially taking the objectives into consideration. The topic chosen was a very common topic. It could have been a more controversial topic so that you would have had a lot of questions for which you would have had to answer in a very sensitive manner. Also, you had an anecdote on the Spanish flu, but a personal story from you regarding how you are facing Corona would have added more value to the speech. Also, a sprinkle of humor. Like, for example, all of us are working from home. So there was a trend when we take off, we need to inform our manager. Today, if we have to step into the office, we have to inform a manager. So some kind of a humor you could have brought into the speech. All said and done, a wonderful speech. It had a very good structure, a very good presentation with a lot of conviction and sincerity spoken. But with having a more controversial topic to give a chance for the audience to oppose your view would have added to the strength of the speech. And also a little bit of humor and a personal story would have made the speech go a further mile. With that, back to the General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anita, for that wonderful evaluation as usual. Very well structured. To Toastmaster Joseph Stanley, that's very well thought of topic, which is very cognizant to the situation we are currently facing. Very informative. Thank you very much. As Toastmaster Anita said, few other things or what we would like to hear from, like in the previous speeches also, is that how your personal experiences had helped or is helping or would have been very helpful for others. Hats off for the wonderful informative presentation. Okay, now we are moving away from the prepared speeches evaluation having been completed to the next segment, to get the feedback from the role players. Let me call upon the grammarian of the day for giving her role. Just a second. Our grammarian is Toastmaster Archana Karmakar.
Archana.
Toastmaster Archana Karmakar, please, can we have your feedback, please?
Okay. Actually, as a grammarian, it's a very hard job. I came to know today to understand and list out the the wrong usage of English language, which I'm not great at actually. So I will just say that the word which I had given, cognizance, was used only by two Toastmasters, Toastmaster Surya and Toastmaster Tripti Saha. Okay, and about the apart from the technical glitches and some misuse of grammar and punctuation, I would say that overall, whatever was audible to me, the language used was perfect and clear. The quotes which I have actually noted down would be the TM Surya mentioned about 7. Actually, he made us to go back in our educational era where he used his 2 as a complement of 7 when I actually looked for the mathematics where he had actually talked about this. But the significance of 7 was a great way of saying about whatever things we can actually mention about. Then by failing to prepare, by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. That was a great quote given by Toastmaster Rajendra. And then great teachers are great leaders. That was a perfect thing which everyone follows, actually, given by Toastmaster Shweta. And it was a very great illustrative and interactive, and you can say great presentation on coronavirus, which is necessary for everyone to know. So it was very informative. Apart from this, I don't have anything to tell. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Archana, for the evaluation from your side. Just to add, I also consciously used that word of the day just before you spoke just now. Okay. Our next role
Sorry, I didn't get
player
it.
is... Okay, well, let's move on. Our next role player whom I would like to hear from is from the listener, Toastmaster Samir Karmakar. Toastmaster Samir, can we have your feedback, please?
Yes. The same point I will start with, that the cognizant word is used by Toastmaster Surya, then by Rajendra also, then Toastmaster Tripti Saha, and Toastmaster Joseph Stanley. So this was my observation. Yeah. Then about the quotes, what was the quote of Rajnikant in Toastmaster Surya's speech? That is my first question to all. Then second question is, what was Benjamin Franklin told about in Toastmaster Rajendra's speech? I will give the answer at the last. Then what WHO chief said about the coronavirus, and what was the word or the flu which was there in 100 years back in the speech of Mr. Toastmaster. So these are the three main questions I have, and I will give the answers also after 2 minutes. Anybody has the answers, please?
Spanish flu.
Fourth question's answer is Spanish flu.
Yes. And the other two, anybody has answer? Quote of Rajnikant, anybody has answer?
What is the question?
Quote of Rajnikant in speech of Toastmaster. Okay. Okay, life is all about number 8. That was the answer. And the second question was Benjamin Franklin in Toastmasters Rajendra's speech. Anybody has answer? Okay. By
Failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
Failing to prepare,
Okay.
to fail.
Yes, that is correct. Okay. And one more thing I like we worship our teachers. That was a very good sentence and an important sentence. That's all from my side.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, somebody who is not a speaker has left the mic on. Can we mute it, please? A lot of background noise is coming. I don't know who.
Hello. Yep. I think Kumar and I have taken back. Let me invite Toastmaster Mamta Babbar to who is the accounter for today to give her feedback. Toastmaster Mamta Babbar.
Good evening, everyone, once again. So I was really engrossed in the wonderful speeches. There were not too much of ours, but yes, Toastmaster Shweta used such as 2 times. Toastmaster Nirmala said, see that 1 time. And Toastmaster Haseem used 2 arms, and I myself 2 arms. That's all for my report. Rest everything was perfect. Over to you.
Oh, thank you, Mamta, for the feedback. Our last role player for the evening to get feedback is Toastmaster Rajmohan Karthikeyan. He is our timer. Toastmaster Rajmohan, please, can we have your feedback?
Yeah, good evening all. We started the meeting 3 minutes late, and by the break time, we were 10 minutes late. We made up, when we restarted the meeting, it was around 7 minutes late because we had restricted the time of break to 10 to 5 minutes now. When we started the general evaluation, we almost on the right time. It is all, I don't know how many more minutes it will take for general evaluation. Right now, it is, by this time, we should have been, if we finish it, it will be in on time.
Okay.
If you finish the general evaluation by now, we will be on time.
Yep, on the dot.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. I'll take a few more minutes to complete it.
If you would like to have general GE, if you would like to have the evaluator's qualification, I can mention that.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah. Evaluation session. Mohammad Hakim qualified. Tripti Saha qualified. Alarmail Mangai qualified. Anita Samantha qualified. All 4 are qualified.
Yeah, please cast your vote as a private message to Toastmaster Kumaran, please.
That's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajmohan, for the timers feedback and your role as a timer. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, coming to the general evaluation as such, now after we had the prepared speeches and the all the role players feedback, it's time to just do a general evaluation of the overall proceedings today. As the timer said, we started on time. It is a fantastic effort from the Sergeant at Arms and the President to open the floor from 6:30, and people were coming in, and it's all set up very timely. It all started, and we had a lot of guests, and it was managed very well. Well done, President, for that. From the because it is a virtual meeting, there's been a lot of things which had to be adjusted, and considering this being the second meeting, I would consider this as a fantastic effort from the Sergeant at Arms to have all these things set up in a very, very nice manner. Just couple of things, like to tell, and kudos to the VP Education for giving us the updated agenda sheet, to the most update one, which is really fantastic. Even the last minute changes on the timer, which was introduced very late, it was also captured in the agenda. Very well done. And coming to the usage of the gadgets, this is something like all of us, this is not aiming to any particular person, but since we are using this media, this is very relatively, maybe few of us in the room here are participating in different other meetings, so you get used to it. But there are many of us who probably this is the second meeting which we are attending on a virtual platform. One thing we have to be mindful of is not to move the gadget, because it creates a lot of disturbances. When we are talking, somebody may be on the phone, and if you are going to keep moving and talking, it is distracting, and it is taking the attention away, and it may not be able to convey, or people are not able to get what they want to take away from a Toastmasters meeting. This is something like which we have to practice, and I'm sure like as we proceed further on this virtual meeting, this will be taken care very well. Other than this, everything else had been a fantastic one. Probably the President can think about it, about the number of guests, because this being a virtual meeting, there has been a lot of people, like whom will be encouraged to join at their convenience. So probably we can decide on some other mode of how to handle the guest introduction and taking care of them. We should not leave anyone out. At the same time, we have to manage within the time frame and stuff. Other than that, everything else had been really fantastic. The efforts have been very, very good. And the timing was really good. Number of speakers, number of table topics. The table topics sessions were really fantastic. Thanks to Toastmaster KP Murali, which was very apt for the theme. And the Toastmaster of the evening, it is a fantastic theme, and it is the need of the hour, because being in gratitude mode is the need at this point of time. Because for whatever we have today, whatever we are undergoing today, the moment we move into the gratitude mode, it will all be opportunities for us. And the speakers were introduced very much properly, and the role players were introduced very well. There has been always tick marks for all these things for ICTM. There is no second opinion about that. With this, I would hand over the podium to Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Obaid. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Kumar, for the lovely feedback and suggestions for improvement. All are noted, and surely they'll be complied. Now, with that, we come to the end of the meeting, and I would like to pay a token of gratitude to all the role players, all the speakers, evaluators, and guests for an successful meeting. Without you people, the meeting wouldn't have been so much success. So my conclusion is, being in that grateful state, like everybody spoke, is very, very important for each and every individual. I strongly believe in this, and I also suggest that to pass on this value, whatever we have learned in Toastmasters, to other people about the theme, about what you felt. So it's very much important for them also to know what is gratefulness. I somehow I feel with this technology and world going on, sooner or later there'll be a subject of gratitude in the school. So with this note, I would like to call our president, Toastmaster Kumaran, for the business session. Thank you all once again. Over to Toastmaster Kumaran.
Thank you, Ubaid, for that wonderfully handling the overall meeting from the start. I thank all the role players who played up their role to ensure that we have a quality meeting that has been delivered. I thank also the EXCOM for taking that effort, extra mile effort, to ensure that this online meeting was possible. Thank you, everyone. I just wanted to play a small video before I announce the Best Speaker, TT Award, and the Evaluator Award. I wish if we can spend 2 minutes watching this video. Sorry for that technical glitch. The there wasn't a loud music, so that is why I have to disable the music. Why I played this video is very simple. Conducting an online meeting, apart from the EXCOM, I want the members also to volunteer themselves to take up and conduct a similar meeting, because the learning that is happening is enormous, and I want every single member to volunteer themselves. This is something that we all, as an individual, we are committed, so that the goals that we have is accomplished by the way together we learn. With this, I now would like to announce the Best Speaker Award goes to Surya Narayanan, and the Best Table Topic Speaker Award goes to Dr. Kamalakar Ashrekar, and the Best Evaluator Award goes to, it was nearly about to get a tie, but the mentee took over. So Tripti Saha wins the Best Evaluator Award. So in the next meeting, if we have a normal meeting, at that time the certificates and the ribbons will be given to the members who have won. And also, you would have heard about the announcement of Toastmaster Alarmil Mangai completing our level 5 of dynamic leadership. For this also, the sooner we meet all together, we will be giving the pin. So let's now, I'm going to unmute everyone. So can we all clap for all these winners and also for the role players who have played their role and for everyone who have taken that single effort to come and attend this meeting and make this meeting a success. Thank you very much, everyone. And I would like to now only take 2 or 3 guest feedbacks so that it can be, we can know what they have felt about this meeting. So I would like to ask one of the members just to come up because it's unmuted. Please come up and give a small feedback about what you felt about this meeting and what you think that we could improve ourselves. Please, the stage is all yours.
Can I talk?
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, all. All right, this is the first time that I've actually participated in this kind of a meeting. I've already introduced myself. I'm Agila Murthy. I'm reintroducing myself again. And from the beginning until the end, probably, this is one particular Toastmasters wherein first time that one person has been evaluated many times by different people. And there were different stages wherein like all the things were taken care, like how to speak, the etiquette, or how many fillers or whatsoever different kind of feedback has been actually evaluated here. And I found that that is something that is unique compared to the other places wherein we can speak. Number one. And number two, the table topics. That was pretty new for me. This is the first time that I'm seeing this kind of a thing. I was a little late to that. Else I would have spoken on it. Sorry, Obaid. And Obaid is a person who actually made me participate in this because he is a kind of a mentor for me. I know him for more than 11, 12 years. And I actually follow him only for this gratitude because I found gratitude to be really very positive when I implemented in my life. So that's the reason why I am here. And I wanted to be part of Toastmasters, and I've taken this as an opportunity wherein I can actually, there are certain small mistakes when I'm communicating. Those things could be corrected, and I could take it as a platform. It's a wonderful stage. Thank you all.
Thank you, Agila, for that wonderful feedback. Thank you, Ubaid, for ensuring that Toastmasters is being introduced to fellow mates around, so the benefits is shared. Thank you very much. Is there any other member who wanted to give their feedback? Please come on to the mic, please.
Kamalakar.
Sir, please. Is audio and sound? Yeah, yes, I think it came in. Yes, sir, you can go ahead.
Yeah, it was a great learning experience for me, and because I want to know much more about the Toastmasters, because our club in Belgaum, it is a relatively new club, and we want to introduce a lot of good practices, which I have really learned today from this meeting. So thank you all of you for allowing us to join as a guest, and we learned a lot of things. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to ask our returning guest, Papugiri, to tell what made him come back.
Hi, good evening all. And this is my second time here. When I came last week for the first time, I was new to this group and I didn't know what to do. And today I came to learn many things about this Toastmaster club, like what is Toastmaster, what is this table topic, and many other aspects of this club. And gradually, I hope that I will be learning more about this, and this will help me to bring back confidence and overcome my nervousness in my future. Thank you.
Thank you, Papugiri, for that thing, and we look forward for you to join our regular meeting soon. With this, thank you very much, guests. Because of the shortage of time, we are limiting it up to 3. And please feel free to message me. I will now post my email address and my telephone number. Please add me to your WhatsApp and give me your feedbacks. With this, our next meeting will be on the 8th April. Please mark your calendar, which will be the second Wednesday of April. So we will soon communicate how we will be doing this meeting, whether it's online or on an official venue according to the time that comes in. And I would now like to declare announce this meeting closed, 373 as closed. Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you once again.
Thank you.
If it is a
Thank you,
regular
one and all.
meeting, I could ask for a group photograph, but
I know.
I will try to soon share the recorded video to all of you. So, you can take the advantage of an online meeting if you have missed certain speeches. Okay, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
I'm unmuting all.
Thank you, everyone.
Stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Sunil. Thank you, Sunil, for coming. Actually, I didn't mention your name at all.
Kumar, it's okay. I enjoyed. I came in late.
Yeah.
Midway, so
Oh,
it's okay.
yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining
Happy
us.
Ugadi, Sunil.
I can see Corona effect on Sunil's face.
The crown is growing below.
Yeah.
Good. No, a lot of new challenges actually I faced this time with the online meeting.
This time, I thought now y'all are ace in online meetings.
No. There is something. Suddenly the poll didn't work and the chat doesn't perform properly. You cannot go back and tell all the other people to reset their screen. And the audio didn't play up if you're using a Bluetooth device as your audio, and the computer speaker didn't take up the audio. A lot of new learning.
surprise.
Yeah. It is always a surprise. And also, I believe next time someone else do this moderator role.
Sorry?
Someone should do a moderator role.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
President cannot be the moderator. Okay, it doesn't work.
In fact, take one training session, President, so that we all learn and anybody or everybody should be able to take up that role.
Yeah. It is. That is why I wanted to tell you, please volunteer yourself. Come, take it over from me.
No.
I also wanted to hear speeches like a normal one.
Kumaran, include that as an agenda role.
Correct.
Yeah,
Meeting role.
the next time we have to include a moderator. And before that, I think people have to come in and train yourself as a host. That is something that we have to do if this same thing is going to continue further.
Maybe try to do it in this 1 week time.
No, for Zoom, there is resources for Toastmasters on Facebook page where there was an article posted on how to efficiently use Zoom.
No, the Zoom app itself has a lot of supportive videos. First we have to do that kind of a research, better learn and then apply. Rather than just going and learning it through
I would say nowadays it is good to go into the support and learn something and then come and apply it. Also, we have YouTube and other resources to help each other. Really, I'm ready to conduct in a meeting, what you call, hold another meeting just to teach people. If you are all ready, I am ready to do that. Can we do it on next Friday?
Yeah, no.
Yes.
See, first Wednesday, we don't have anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But the problem is I already attended 4 to 5 online meetings and now, I want to give a break. But a lot of you learned because today the grammarian word didn't appear on the screen. So it was very hard for me, like a person like me. I couldn't get that word at all. And I didn't know how to apply it in a sentence. So we have to ensure that the background of the grammarian should be the word of the day displayed in some way. Okay, and anything else do you think that you can recommend? You people are here. That's it. I can end the meeting.
Yes.
No. Instead of one person taking all the responsibility and doing, I can say that each guy learn something new about Zoom, some new feature
Yes,
that
I read.
gets leveraged. Not
Yeah,
all the
that
load
is
on
what
single
I want
person.
actually. That is what I was saying. That is the reason for me playing that video, because there is one goal, but everyone has to put up the effort, and everyone has to come up, and so we learn from the mistakes that we do if we are not able to perform, and that is the intention of that video, and the audio didn't work. But I wanted
Umaran,
to all the
Umaran, I
members
see
to
one person
come
goes
forward.
shake. Umaran, I see one person goes shake who we did not get a chance to introduce. He's still there in the meeting. Would you like to say anything?
Yes, absolutely. If he is ready to go, Sheikh, can you come forward? If you're okay.
Ghost shake.
Yep. And we have Sanud Abu still.
Yeah,
If you
Sanud,
wanted
you
to
want to
come
give any
and
feedback?
give your feedback, please.
No, this was my first experience, so I get a chance to see the speakers and how they are evaluating and all. So I'm just listening what you people are doing. So next time if I come on 8th of April, so I can learn more.
Yeah, now itself mark your calendar. Okay, and 6:30 Qatar time, and sure we wish soon all the things get into a normal scenario, and we gather for another meeting. And we schedule it.
Okay, thank you. Take leave.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you,
Okay, thank you everyone. We have to leave the office. I
Yes.
think you people are all at home. Thank you. We meet once again soon.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Happy Ugadi.
Thank you and good night to all.
Good night.
Thank you,
Stay
Nirmala. Thank
home.
you.
Stay
Thank you,
healthy.
Preeti. Thank you, Sunil, everyone. Thank you.